guys, we got this. Let's go. Gun wide triple E. Pros X go. On one. Ready?
Ready.
What's going on, everyone? ANCAP24 here from HuddleGG. And in today's video, we're going to take a look at a special, unique route that I like that absolutely does a great job of beating man coverage, but also does a great job of beating certain cover twos. Now, if this is the first time checking out our channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. Also hit that bell notification to make sure you never miss any of our uploads. The play is called PA double in shot. It comes out of the single back wing stack that can be found in the Falcons, Jets, Panthers, and Saints playbooks. All playbooks that are pretty popular. And if you're running a custom, this is definitely a must-add for you if you're in regs. So let me go ahead and take a look at it. Now, this red route here by Julio Jones is a really nice route that will often cook your opponent when they're in man coverage. What I like to do is I like to move him out to the outside, and then I like to put the A on an in. I'm going to cut off the play action by hitting the right trigger, and you're going to see how this route is going to get some good separation, and you're going to be able to get up the field pretty quickly for a nice one-play score opportunity. Now let me show you what it is. I do like a receiver that has 90 deep route running, and when you're playing against somebody that's in press, he'll beat the press off there, but he goes to the inside, and then as soon as he does that, he's going to cut to the middle, because that's what his thing is. He's supposed to cut to the left, and then usually gets that ability to, the DB just doesn't get the same acceleration that the wide receiver does, and you're going to get up the field, right? So that was not doing anything like over the top, inside, outside shade. It was just regular, okay? And I'll get into that in a second. So that's really the move that works really, really nicely. Now, what I also like about this play is that you've got the ability that if he doesn't beat that guy right away, you've got this X going across the field as well. It's something that I'm going to look at the B. Does he beat him? He does. And we're going to throw it to him, and we're going to be able to get up the field. Now, something you need to know about this route is that on the top of its route, it's got a corner post. We need to throw it to him before he slows down to do the corner post. So if you think you're going to be throwing this ball deep down the field and you've got all the time in the world, you don't. You want to make sure that you time the window once he beats him, right? So I'll do this one more time. And what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to play over the top coverage, okay? So here it is. We're going to cut this play off. You see this guy goes ahead. See how he has a little bit less of, even though we didn't really get beat off the press, he kind of transitions tough on this play. And I want to show you what I mean. We feel like this route gets a little bit of an acceleration boost compared to your player. So you can see this time he didn't have to because he wasn't pressing or played over the top. So he does get around him, and see how Lattimore is basically at a disadvantage here because we're running in full speed. He seems to try to figure out where the route's going, and we're getting that separation. We're able to throw it to him and get some good yards. So this route does a really good job. I wanted to go against Lattimore because of his makeup speed. And you can see that a lot of times, if you're playing anybody in regs, you're going to have that advantage. If you're playing somebody in MUT, a lot of times right now it's about speed rather than the man coverage ratings. So it's going to be really nice. Now I just said I was going to show you the Ridley route. Really does a good job. Typically all you need is a little bit of speed once you get the positioning, and you can see how that we're going to be able to throw this ball to him and get ourselves a little bit of yards down the field as well, right? Because that route's going to be a really nice inside release, and then it kind of cuts across. I got flushed a little bit there, so it was a little bit of a tougher throw, but that is a really nice opportunity to beat man coverage. Now the second part of this is, let's talk about cover 2 sync, or any cover 2 that has your soft squats, okay? Every year in Madden, it seems like it's a cycle. It starts off where everybody starts playing man coverage because man coverage is OP. Then they either fix man coverage a little bit, buff up the zones a little bit, and people start going to cover 2 blitzes, which ends up being cover 2 sync. So I want to get ahead of that for you. Usually this happens right around that second title update, which is happening in 5 days. A lot of times because of the way that we know that those contained blitzes that go to the inside are going to get patched, people are going to have to find other heat. Usually cover 2 soft squats is the next step, okay? So this type of play is going to be really nice against those blitzes. The reason why is that we're going to move the B over. We're going to put the X on a flat route, okay? Then we're going to put A on a streak. When we do this, the cover 2 sync will jump the first threat to the outside, allowing the B to get up the field. You're going to see this. He jumps the route. you throw this ball over here, and you get yourself a nice, easy catch. This route, because it goes to the outside and up the field, really does a good job of staying away from the safety. So that's why I like this play as well. It's a really nice cover 2 sink beater, and you may not see in cover 2 sink right now, or cover 2 blitzes. You know, in the years past, nickel blitz 2, you're gonna have, you know, any of those blitzes from dollar, or any other, you know, dual side heat blitzes. A lot of times those soft squats is what people are using. Now, I just want to put this in your memory bank, so when people are starting to use those again, you have this, right? So again, here you go. Catch this ball, throw it to this B, and you got yourself an easy catch on the sideline. Now, let's talk about how it can work on Tampa 2, but it's going to be a much tighter throw right now. So here's Tampa 2, where you've got the cloud flats, right? So if we do the same thing with the cloud flats, what you're going to see is that the X doesn't really do a good job of pulling that player down, but I want to show you basically how it would work. There is a spot there, but you're really going to have to be, have good precision on the throw. So here we go. This, we're going to throw it. I got hit as I threw. Let's try that again. But what I'm saying right now is my feeling is I'm not as confident in throwing this against Tampa 2, just because of the way that it's you really have to have a precision throw to do it. But we're going to show it to you just to make sure that you see the difference, right? So here's Tampa 2, throw this ball here, throw this ball, and you can see how I can throw that in that spot. It's there, but if you mistime it, it's not going to be something that everybody's going to be able to throw consistently enough. If you get good at it and practice it, by all means, add this to your repertoire. But for the most part, what I'm going to say is this ball, see how, and the reason why I keep on getting hit, I kind of explain it. To make this throw, I really have to step into it. What I mean by that is I need to have the ball in the air less. So what I'm going to do on this is I need to step into the throw to make sure that I cut the throw down, right? If I throw this from 5-6 yards deep, I'm never going to get the ball to the player in time because of the safety coming over. So what I'm going to do on this play actually is block my running back so I can have a little bit better of an opportunity to get the ball out. But you can see here, I'm just going to stop. And you can see that that ball is just, it's tough. So I want to make sure that I show you the good and the bad, right? The good of this play is it's going to roast man coverage. It's going to roast soft squat coverage. But when you're going against regular cover 2, just be understanding that it's not going to work the same way against your cover 2 sinks. And that's where it's going to be a little bit of a different route. So when I tell you it's situational against some cover 2s, is kind of how I made the introduction on this video. I wanted to make sure you understood, because a lot of times if I don't teach everything, you're going to say, why isn't it working against cover 2? You told me it was going to work against cover 2. There is a difference between soft squats and cloud flats, and this is a soft squat beater. It's a man beater. It's less of a cloud flat beater, and I want to make sure that you understood this. But a really good play nonetheless that I have a lot of fun with. I was running this with the Falcons playbook when I was just doing some fun things in regs, and saw how well this was cooking man coverage and also against soft squats. So I want to make sure that I brought it to you guys, and appreciate the support on the channel, guys. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button. We appreciate the support, and we'll catch you on tomorrow's video.